What is up, Farmstrong Nation? I am live with a brand new series tonight. Really excited to talk about this because a lot of times in the fitness world, there's a lot of like, oh man, those last 10 pounds are the hardest. And while that might be true for some people, I think the first 10 pounds are the most remarkable because that's the moment when someone makes the decision to change their life. And those first 10 pounds, the first 10, represent a change of heart, a change of mindset, a change of attitude. And I want to start highlighting those stories because a lot of people can't relate to the finished product, but they can relate to the people who are taking charge of their life. I got an amazing guest tonight. I want to bring her on. Her name's Mandi. I'm using some new software, guys. Let me see if this works. Hi, Mandi. Good to see you on Facebook Live. Yeah, so this is Mandi. Mandi's been my client for a little bit, and she has lost her first 10. And it's one thing to see. Oh, look, y'all! I can do lower third graphics. Let me try this. Boom, with Mandi right there, right on the screen, y'all. Mandi's a total rock star. She has a story that is so incredible, y'all. It's tragic, it's courageous, it's heartfelt, and it's super inspirational. Mandi does an amazing job of sharing in her group, and I want to give you all the gift of having her share her first 10 with you, because if she's doing it and she's fighting for her first 10, anybody can do it. So Mandi, take Facebook, take my audience back, to kind of where this journey started and what this first 10 is a victory of and represents. And I want them to hear it from your words.
Okay. So I guess the best way to start would be kind of where everything started a year ago. My husband and I were expecting our daughter Ember, and she was supposed to be born early June. And 3 weeks before her due date, we found out that she had passed away in the womb. And so we went through the process of delivering her and spending time with her. And but that really impacted our lives in a way that nothing else had really impacted. And it was really, really hard. And through that, through pregnancy, I had gained some weight. Through early marriage, I had gained some weight before getting pregnant. And then afterwards came grief and grief weight, which for me, in the past, whenever I was upset, I actually wouldn't eat. So I'd end up losing weight. And this time it was totally different. I ended up packing on weight instead of losing. And so, and then just working through all the mess and the hardness of losing a child and trying to fight through it with your spouse. And just we had a lot of other life changes happen. We lost our apartment. We lost our family business. We lost a lot of different things. My father-in-law got into a really bad motorcycle accident. And so it just was a lot of things just compounding on. And so I think for me, the biggest thing that my journey so far has been is just getting over a lot of the mental and emotional problems and just hurdles of trying to heal and recover and figure out who I am and who I am now, and healing from stuff from back in my past, even farther back than like lies that I believed for so many years, that now that I'm actually actively trying to really focus in on my heart and my head and getting healthy holistically, I've been able to find a new me and a me that I actually really enjoy. So.
That's awesome, Mandi. It's so good. I want you to talk about how you and your husband, David, through all of this coming there, all of this snowball of stuff happening, like stuck together through that. How do you stay together? How did you come as a team? How did you handle it as a married couple, um, losing something together? What was that like?
Well, I think it's just that you come at it as a team, and we haven't done that perfectly. There have been times where we've definitely taken things out on each other just because of our own. David.
This is funny, y'all. David, like, this is how he did it right there on the screen. I always obey y'all. That's a good man right there.
That's my husband. I love him dearly.
Very
Uh,
cool.
so we pick on each other a lot. We laugh a lot. And I think the big thing is that we just, you know, losing Ember was something that just happened to us. It wasn't that one of us did anything wrong. And it wasn't that, I mean, it was something completely out of our control. And then just all the other things that happened too. And we just really tried to cling to each other um,
Yeah.
and cling to God and just keep going.
So inspirational watching you two fight for it and stick together. Because that could go other ways too. Other people, something like that happens, and it's just a huge wedge in a family or something that they never get over. I want you to talk about grief and starting to do something for yourself on the heels of grief, because there's other people out there, Mandy, they're dealing with grief, and doing something for yourself or allowing yourself to experience joy, almost they internalize it like they're letting go the bad thing instead. And you've always you've always celebrated your time together, even though it was moments.
Mm.
Um, what would your words of advice for someone who's got tremendous grief, whether it's a loss, a death, a split of some kind, doing something like exercise, some like, taking care of yourself for the first time after just feeling sad. What was that like, and how did you do it?
So I think I used to be a nurse, and one of the things that we used to say all the time was, who's going to take care of the caregiver? And so I'm a wife and I'm a mom. I have an awesome almost 10-year-old. He's turning 10 on Wednesday. But my family and my loved ones have been a big motivation in the beginning, I would say, for me to just keep pushing through the grief and not allow it to consume me completely. Now, that doesn't mean you don't experience it. You should absolutely just acknowledge your feelings, acknowledge what you're feeling, what you're thinking, and lay it out there. I would journal, and that helped a lot. But then you've got to learn to just continue to breathe, continue to move forward, continue to live life. Life can't end. It just keeps going. And for me, a lot of it was, losing Ember was really hard, and that's my daughter. But, I would be doing a disservice to her if I were to not continue to live and push forward. If I just gave up, then, I mean, there wouldn't really be a purpose in a way to her life. If anything, it would be more of a destruction of mine. And I don't want that to be her legacy. I want her legacy to be something that's an inspiration, that inspires me and inspires other people. So I think just pushing forward and then working out and getting out. Like, I love to hike. One of the first things I did before I even joined Beachbody was, I think it was a month after I had delivered her, and I just needed to get out. Like, I just had to get out. So I went by myself, like I usually did, and went for a hike, and hiked probably 6 miles or so. And it kicked my butt because I also hadn't worked out while I was pregnant either. And then I was only a month after delivery. So, but just getting out there and really pushing through that emotional pain while pushing through the physical pain has been a really big thing for me. And learning to love myself and not blame myself has been really good too. So
So cool, Mandy. So you've become a little bit of a yogi recently, and then in our group, y'all, Mandy's been doing a plank challenge and just crushed her own personal record. What I do love, she's doing it with her son. She's getting better really fast. Like I got to start working on my game, or she's going to catch me with her plank challenge. But Mandy, where are you going? What does this first 10 represent, and what is it the first 10 on the way to what? Like what are you after?
Like my end goal?
Yeah, no, I mean just like what are you focusing on? Yeah, what are some of the things that you're looking forward to? And as someone who is coming from grief, maybe they're not looking forward to anything. But when I see you and watch you in the group, you still have joy in your life. You still have compassion to give, and you have a brightness in you. Where is that coming from? Where is that going?
I think a lot of it has just been the mental journey that I've been kind of traveling on and emotionally tackling a lot of the things that have held me back for years. But really, Ember was the catalyst to make me address them now and not let them rule me. Like, for instance, I look back on pictures when I was thinner, about 40 pounds thinner. And I was so insecure when I was 40 pounds lighter. And I'm just like, how the heck did I see myself in that light? And yet now I may not be physically where I want to be, but inside I feel really good. So for me, a lot of it was just pushing forward, pushing through stuff. The first 10 pounds have been very slow go for me. I think, Andy, we started on a challenge group together maybe October, November.
Yeah, right around Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So, like the worst time to start. Yeah.
Right? The holidays were rough. I think I lost like 4 pounds, and then right at the end maybe gained a little bit more. And then January, February was when I lost my 10. And so I'm still plugging away and still just trying to work on that. But I think a lot of it is you give yourself grace, but you don't give yourself excuses and allow that to be your reason for not accomplishing your goals that you want to accomplish. So for me, it's been learning to love myself, accept myself through the process. When I make bad choices and bad mistakes, then I think about it. I try not to let myself dwell on it so much because I'm a habitual self-loather. So I have to be careful to be nice to myself, because a lot of the things I say to myself, I wouldn't say to my loved ones or anyone, even a stranger. So just addressing my own self-talk and just reaffirming that this is a process. This is going to take time. It may be taking longer than I wanted it to, but that's because I've got a lot I'm trying to unpack and work through in the process. And if I can change my mind and my heart before I change my physical body, then that's what's going to keep me going long term, And so my goal, I guess what I'm looking forward to, is just learning to really love and accept me, no matter where I'm at, and not look at other people and compare myself to other people, but just to love myself, know that I'm a good person, and know that I'm doing my best. And as long as I'm not quitting, then I'm moving forward. And so, totally. Yeah.
That's totally, man. And you were such a great person to kick off this series of the first 10, because so often do we focus on the people who are just getting the fast results, getting the big results right away. But people need to hear your story, Mandy. People need to hear stories like you, because sometimes those first couple of steps, even if it takes a long time to take them, are the most important. I just want to acknowledge you for taking them despite what you've gone through, and shining your light based off of the circumstances that you guys have overcome in such a beautiful way. So thank you so much, you and your husband, for doing that and sharing them with me in the group, and then now with my Facebook audience. I just want to encourage you to go, for wherever you want to go. And I know that giving you kind of this light is very motivating for you to keep going and sharing that encouragement. So if you guys want to add Mandi on Facebook and check in with her and see how she's doing, watch her progress, guys, your Facebook feed will be so much better for it. She should be in everybody's Facebook feed, y'all. Like the way that she does so much love to everybody. So go add Mandi on Facebook, follow her journey. Mandi, you so inspire me. Thank you for sharing your first 10 and letting me be a witness to it. Keep going, and I guess that's it. Thank you guys. Thanks for. I love the split screen. Give me some feedback too on that. I'm looking for some more guests on this. We'll get this ironed out. But Mandi, I wouldn't want to start this series with anybody other than you. Congratulations on your first 10, and may it be the start of just long success. So thank you so much, and we'll catch you guys later.
Bye.